All right, so I am heading out. It's early morning, not too early, but I'm heading out over to Lucky's, and today we are gonna do some stuff, something really cool. So check it out. Since I've been so busy, I haven't had a chance to get to the shop and work on the car. And Lucky had a bunch of free time, so he actually started working on stuff off camera. Little things that needed to get done just to help the progress along. And so I've hired him on to help me as much as he can, since he's got time and I got a little bit of extra money to help. So that's pretty awesome. He's been doing a bunch of stuff that I'll show you when we get there. Look who's here.
Hello.
Hello. All right, here's some of the things that Lucky's been working on. Just some grill work, trying to get the grill kind of more complete. He added a trim piece here to fill up this. There's a kind of a gap here that was kind of weird, so that's cleaning up, you know. Again, these are things that don't need to be filmed, so he's just kind of making that a little nicer. We got the firewall trimmed up. This is the back firewall. There's gonna be sort of a piece that goes over this. But he also made this lip. This is kind of an important lip because there's upholstery that goes around that, and there's also upholstery that goes around the grill as well. Getting the radiator mounted in. So we have a kind of an issue right now. The engine's like half an inch too far forward. So we're gonna probably today move the engine back a hair, just so we get the exhaust in the right place, and then all this stuff can kind of move back a little bit that needs to be moved. Tight squeeze in there, tight squeeze, but what else? Lucky did some more floor work here because the old setup we had was a little bit difficult to get the trans tower out if we needed to get it out. So this way I could take the trans tower off and pull the engine if we ever need to. Before I couldn't get the trans tower off to pull the engine. So that was quick thinking on Lucky's part. He noticed that and we had to fix it. So cool, stoked on that. And then he did a little bit of cleaning up back here inside these frame rails, nothing major, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at today. My headlight's a little wonky. Lucky also knocked out these header flanges.
I filmed all that stuff.
He filmed all that. Cut to. Check out the footage. Cut to footage. Cut to footage.
Just went to IMS, I got some material, and I came back to the shop, and you know, it's 8 holes on each flange. So I just put them up on the mill and started drilling them out and made some header flanges today. Anyway, I knocked out a couple header flanges. Straight bar header flanges for this car. Just copying what they did. Nothing fancy.
All right, so the first plan of attack, I guess, is we're gonna take the body off. Where is it? All right, we're gonna take the body off. So we're gonna try to move this engine back a little bit. Shouldn't be too big of a deal, but it's gonna help a lot. Yeah. So strong. Yeah.
Okay, so we had to take the engine out and move the motor mounts back basically half an inch. We did this chassis during lockdown in 2020. The car was at the Corvette Museum, so we couldn't go measure the car and get exact measurements different from what Piero had already spec'd out. It was probably my fault. I put the motor mounts right around where they were, and the radiator situation had to come back, so a lot of little technical stuff. But ultimately, this distributor is really close to the firewall in the original car, and we've found by moving it back to that position is where it has to be, actually, because now we have clearance for our radiator to work with our fan. We got to cut down these blades a couple inches, but everything lines up and everything's good now. We boxed the inside of the rails to accommodate for the new motor mounts. It actually works really well right now, so I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah, that's good. Clearance.
Clearance.
So a few videos ago, when we building these bones, it came to light that these cross members didn't fit very well. So strong. Lucky's doing something to them. Shorten them up a little bit so they don't hit anymore. Like that. Perfect. What? Why were you looking at me like that?
Because I'm tired.
There you go.
This has to go here.
Where?
Here.
Whoa, doggy. Oh yeah. You don't have to show them the torque tube.
Well, we have to check the spring.
Oh yeah, because it
Make
might
sure
be
everything's
pulling
right.
it.
Like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if that ball, that wasn't a big deal, half inch.
Yeah.
Yeah, spring still looks fine actually.
Yeah, it seems like be okay. So a couple weeks ago, we just had to move the engine back and half an inch. That's where we kind of left off. But we had to, Lucky had a Ventura Nationals to go to, and I've been doing some work. So I ran over to Galpin today, and I got a text, and I decided to swing by the shop, and he's been doing a couple things the past few days. So I'm gonna show you guys what he has done. It's pretty awesome. So here we are at the shop again, as usual. It's too damn hot for this shit. It's like 110 degrees today, so.
sweating.
Who poured a bucket of water on you?
God.
All right, so I'm here, and Lucky's here, and he's sweating, and he's working on shit. What are you doing? Oh, look at that.
I'm making a template piece to see the cuts and the folds.
What is that?
It's going to be a seat riser.
Seat riser!
See, it automatically has to start diving back. This is why I was trying to do this. And then that goes up again.
So he built this thing. It's pretty cool.
He did it.
I can't tell.
He did it.
He did it. So yeah, battery maybe, my bass speaker, amplifiers.
Just woofers sticking out the bottom.
Yeah. DVD player for all my TV screens.
Floorboard of TV screens.
Yeah, I'm gonna replace all the gauges with little TV screens. Yeah, that's pretty neat. I'm going home.
And there's the seat riser. Here, wanted a little area for, you know, stuff. So I made him one.
All right, so I'm back at the shop, and look at that. Lucky's running around somewhere, but yeah, today's gonna be a good day. We are going to start on the headers, so I'm excited about that. We were attempting to do that the other day, but we had to move that engine back, so it took that took like a bunch of time, and then it got super hot out here. It was like 120 degrees in the shop. I was like, I'm staying home. Today's gonna be pretty cool. We're gonna finally make those headers, so I'm excited about that. I'm gonna give you a quick history lesson on the different variations of the headers that happened with this car. The first version is when it had a flat head, and that basically had like a Lakes header that kind of tucked in between the frame rails, and then pipes ran out the back with a little chrome tip, and it was blocked off here at the bottom. The second version is when they put the small block in, they had to build headers for it, so they built these ones that we're building today. Basically, they're the straight pipe as you see it today, and it just had a little curved tip on it. But that little tip is removable, so you could get the baffles in and out. Version after this is what Roth did, and what Roth did was, I guess he wanted more flash on the tips, so he added these sort of scavenger pipes, maybe for the rear of a car, and he also tilted them upwards. Then the version after that was Chris Lavoie's version, when he redid all the chrome and everything, and what he did is he stuck a pipe within the lake pipe, and it kind of like ran down the side of the body and then out the back. And when he ran it out the back had two scavenger tips on it as well that kind of kicked down and they flared out. Then in the 90s, or whenever it kind of got redid and put back, they didn't have that scavenger tip that Roth originally had because it got lost somewhere. So what they did is they cut the rear scavenger pipes off of the 70s version and grafted them onto the current version that you see today. We're actually gonna do the Bob Johnson version with them kind of kicked down, but the Roth version had that flared scavenger tip, so we're gonna put a little bit of a flare on it just to kind of make it an in-between, because I really like the little bell tip kind of thing, so I think it's gonna be pretty neat. You know, every time you finish a significant piece of the car, it really like ties it in, like the steering box thing that we had to make, like, you know, now these are the like little details that the car really has that really makes it come complete, so it's gonna be awesome.
We're going off a few little roadmaps here of the actual design.
What's that?
That's a model kit.
Yeah. I sent that to Lucky. He's like, hey, you should take a good photo of that.
Yeah.
I printed out some close-ups of it. You can see kind of side profile, and then you got a kind of a top profile here that we can kind of eyeball. And yeah, we're gonna get close as possible. One of the things I got, these are baffles. So the original car also had baffles in it, and so I ordered these Harley baffles because, you know, it is fun to have a loud hot rod, but quiet hot rods are cool too because they just are quiet. And then this 2-inch pipe is what we're gonna make the little tip out of, and then slice, cut, flare, And then I got some copper gaskets, and then yeah, we're gonna have some sort of exhaust.
Just fitting these two middle pipes, and they're coming together pretty good. It's hard to tell in the car if these touch or if they don't touch inside there, but I'm kind of wondering how the weld's just going to have to go to each other and seal that.
Yeah, I think that's how it is.
But anyway, it's going pretty good.
Yeah, it looks good.
We got this front taper on the 2-inch pipe here, and we're going to get a baffle in here, and we're also going to get a little flared tip that turns out a little bit. So they're going to be cool. Chromed, all that good stuff.
Three, two, one, and rolling.
Okay, so we got the basic header set up on one side. Got to do a little moving of the pipes a little bit to get it a little more lined up, but it's looking pretty damn good.
I like it.
But we're going to cut in the tips right now, and we'll flare this end. Putting that flare in the end of the 2-inch pipe that was on the 45 it seems impossible to press the flare. So we're going to press this piece, and then I'm going to cut 1/2 inch off of this once it's flared and weld it onto the end of that 45. It'll be much cleaner, it'll look way nicer, and be very chromable. There it is. It's gonna happen quick.
I know it's going. It's going. Jesus Christ! We stop trying to burn your bro.
Burn the bro.
Don't burn a bro. Flare tip. Oh, that's it right there. That was easy.
Flaring stuff is not a new concept by any means, but trying to do it on that 45 did not make sense.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't get enough angle under there to give it a nice perfect flare.
Yeah, that's good.
And so you can see I already marked it in there for where to cut it off.
Right.
And we'll put it on that thing and weld it perfect.
No, I mean, you got it. You got this. Look at these.
Those are good flares.
Yeah, these are awesome.
The
Look
other
how good
ones,
those are.
that one I hammered out was bad.
That one's not good.
Yeah, it was not good.
This one's way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, way better. Flare City.
We just have a round problem.
Yeah, sorry.
Because we're on this 45 with this tip, when it goes through the mandrel bend process in the machines, it always makes this a little oblonged and not round. So I'm gonna go back in before we weld this flare on, and I'm gonna true up that roundness a little bit in this piece on the 45.
Hopefully.
No, it'll work. I'm confident this time. Oh, great. Now it's stuck. Look at that.
Yeah, that's way better.
All right. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Looks round now, too. Look at that.
Yeah, totally. You can see so far in there.
That's going to save us for welding and finishing and chroming for sure.
Yeah. Round is good.
So we decided we were gonna jam that baffle in the tip. So it's good. It's not going anywhere.
It's pretty.
I don't think it's coming out either, but so it'll work out good. This last cylinder is gonna kind of jet through these, or be forced to. I'm not really 100%, but it should be fine.
I think it will be.
Well, it either will be or it won't.
Air comes out there, hits the baffle about there. Day 2 of headers. I just got here and Lucky's always doing stuff. Let's see what he's doing. Hey. What are you doing?
Refitting this stuff.
Tightening the nip.
Yeah. So these were out to here.
Oh wow, yeah.
That angle.
That is a lot.
So I brought it way back. This one's got almost a half-inch gap there now.
Oh, you did that one already?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, well, we're back at it.
Yeah. This mostly tacked up, and we're just gonna put it on, call it a day. We did have to order some more pipes for the other side, and before I finish welding everything off, I want to just make sure we got the same stuff going on from side to side. The other side's the same, but it sticks out a little further to get around the steering box, so it looks weird. It doesn't look symmetrical, but it will be.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like it.
Oh, I sanded off the mark.
Sure did. Down,
I can still see it.
down. Yeah, something right about there, I think it was. There it is. Good job. All right. There you go. All right. Well, that's it for, I guess, this episode. This is really strange. So, stop you freaking me out, man. So one's done, the other one will be done later, and we'll update you on the next one. But yeah, good job, buddy.
Once again, thank you for coming to our theater tonight. Have an enjoyable evening. The refreshment stand will remain open for a short time. Still plenty of time to get a snack or cold drink.